Hello, hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to episode 33 of Smack Talk here at smarkoutmoment.com. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango. With me, as always, Mike Burhan. We're going to go right into it today because we have 10 parts to cover, and one of them's TNA, so boo. Uh, First things first, we have an Ask Cam, don't we?
Yes, we do. But this week's Ask Him is pretty simple. It's in relation to what's happened this week. Unless, you've been living under a rock, you probably know that there's been a few changes in WWE's product and also in TNA's, but I'm not going to actually mention what yet because that will just make this whole Ask Him irrelevant. So here we go. This gentleman started in a rather small company called Smoky Mountain Wrestling with Jim Cornette. He debuted in the WWE as part of a tag team known as the Heavenly Bodies, and later on was part of another tag team called the Body Donners. He then was released, brought back, released, brought back, released, and brought back, and then became a head trainer in WWE's developmental system. Who is he?
You know, Heavenly Bodies and Body Donnas are two people that I honestly don't know a whole lot about. I'm trying to remember what their names are.
I'm trying to
I
figure out.
always kind of group those all together with the Midnight Express and like all of those other kind of cornet sort of tag teams.
Well, they did face the new
Uh,
Midnight Express, if everyone remembers those two. Bodacious Bob.
yeah, and what was it? But it's just Bart and Bob. I don't remember that. That was terrible.
It was like Bodacious Bob and something Bart. I can't remember what they did with Bart Gunn.
Bombastic, Bombastic Bob and Bodacious
Bombastic
Bart.
Bart and Bodacious Bart. That's it.
All right, do I get points for that?
No, but
I don't know the name of the ask him that you're asking then.
okay. He basically was released in favor of another former WWE superstar who was a trainer on Tough Enough.
Mm.
It was in the news this week.
You
Come on,
talking about?
Tony.
I don't know. I read too much. All I remember is Bill DeMott.
Yeah, Bill DeMont, but who did he replace?
No idea.
Tom Pritchard.
Pritchard? Huh.
Yep,
Oh yeah, the whole. Oh, that's him again, replacing it again. That's right.
and he's also the way it links to TNA is his brother is Bruce Pritchard, aka Brother Love.
Right.
Ah, love you.
Alrighty, we will go into the hot tags now. Hot tag number one: Sabu finally checks into rehab under WWE's dime. How they keep sponsoring people under the wellness policy that used to work for the company, they'll pay for the rehab. Maven actually just went through rehab and just got out, but Sabu's going right in. Good for him. I think he should get his head checked before he goes into rehab because of the shit that he's done. But at least whenever anybody does this kind of stuff, it's always good.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, when you're sucking on dick to pay for your crack, at least you know that you should go to sponsored rehab. Now, good for Sabu. Bad for every other ECW hardcore fan who loves to watch Sabu act like a fucking twat on in the ring. So
Speaking of old people, we're gonna do the first speaking of transition of this week. For anybody who watched Raw this week, we had a little special appearance by Big Van Vader
ooh, can
defeating.
I do the voice? Can I do the? It's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
Look out for my rendition of that for the outro later on.
And
Did that earlier.
also the best line I ever heard from anybody when referring to the character of "I'm a big fat pig."
So we're apparently going to have more of these old wrestlers pop up over the next couple weeks. for the whole 1000th episode of Raw. I really like that idea a lot, and I really like. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Vader, so I thought that was kind of cool, especially since he was beating Heath Slater, and fuck Heath Slater. uh, Hopefully, we get a lot of names like that haven't been popping up a whole lot instead of just the same people. I don't want to really see Hacksaw and Piper and Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter and Ricky Steamboat, like, the same 10 names that pop up all the time. I want to see the people like Vader. I want to see Road Dogg. I want to see Billy Gunn. I want to see a tag team match with the two of them. Uh,
I want to see X-Pac smoke crack live on Raw. Just,
what was that?
I want to see X-Pac smoke crack live on Raw.
He
Just for the
might.
point of it.
Triple H is in charge. He might get away with it.
Oh, nostalgia. Look, Xbox is in there. Oh, he's unconscious. Yay!
Then the last hot tag we have, four people from FCW have been released. I honestly have no clue who the hell three of them are. Named, I don't know if it's pronounced Hero or Gyro. I'm assuming Hero. Uh, Benicio Salazar and Sonny Elliot. They're the three ones I have no clue who they are, nothing about them. And the one that I do know is Eli Cottonwood, who, God, he should have been fired a long time ago.
Yeah, his whole gimmick was being a retard.
Yeah, mustaches. I don't have one, but I have a good one. Uh,
Yeah, it was just like he would just stand there, and he could even look menacing because every word that came out of his mouth was like verbal diarrhea. So,
right.
as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad he's gone. As far as the Mexican fellow, that was someone that they like got from Mexico. He can go fucking back there as far as I'm concerned. Um, okay, I was trying to make that not sound racist, but the other one's a Lance Storm's one of his graduates, probably rubbed people up the wrong way, and the final one I have no fucking idea. So
Hmm.
yeah, to that. But any time they release people, it's a great thing because now they can free up some roster space for people who actually will put in the effort. So, and as far as Cottonwood goes, he apparently got a very lucrative position doing something else. I don't know what. Maybe being a crash test dummy. Who knows?
Being a night watch door person at some apartment complex. I don't know.
Knock it. See, try it.
So I just want to touch upon real quick, not making another hot tag for it, but NXT Redemption finally fucking ended according to WWE, and we're gonna start the new season of NXT, which is basically FCW. So that's I assuming why they released these four people because they don't want them on the show. But I am
Would you want
actually
Eli Cottonwood on your show, Tony?
no,
Seriously? He'll probably
not
be
at all.
sitting there eating his own feces.
You know what? I should have him on Smack Talk. That'd be awesome. Talk about mustaches for a good hour.
Yeah, you'll be like, what's your opinion on the state of wrestling? Well, mustaches. I
Yeah,
have a mustache. Mustache is great. Like, yeah, this is a
yeah,
waste of
you're
my time.
fired. But so that when it comes to next week, if they actually run it on WWE.com, I'm not too sure. I think that they're supposed to be running it on WWE.com just like they're doing now. But if they do that, I'll try to watch it at some point and put up a
Yeah,
little review and try to talk about it for the next week's Smack Talk. So watch out
and
for that.
I'll just try to have sex with it, as I do.
Try. Fail miserably,
Yeah.
but try.
Remember what Yoda says?
Do or do not, there
Yeah,
is no try.
exactly.
Speaking of
That
Yoda,
also works to perverts. So, I'm in there.
little reference to Vader.
Yep.
All right, well, that's it for part one. Part two, we're going to go over the tournament. We're going to talk a little bit later about some TNA review and then some predictions for No Way Out.